We're Nat and James, and this is our sailboat Zephyr. She's taken us all over the world and been our home for 3.5 years. With over 20,000 nautical miles under her keel and our sights firmly set on sailing around the world, we're on a mission to make some vital upgrades and much needed repairs. So join us every week for a new video. If you would like to support our journey, a great way is by clicking the subscribe button. Enjoy the video, guys.
You're a beautiful sight in the summer night.
Welcome back to another week of projects here at Kentmorr Marina. In this week's episode, we cover heaps of different projects as well as getting one of the most important and larger jobs done, polishing and waxing our entire hull. So, let's get on with it. So what we're doing here is the rotten bit of wood underneath the fridge due to the condensation. That's what we're exchanging for this brand new one. So we just cut that out. I'm gonna varnish it, get it all looking good. And then the other thing we're gonna try and make is
the shelf that goes under the sink.
Yeah, so it had broken from when the boat went on its side.
Yeah, the chain plate, the tie rod for the chain plate pulled through and just... So
we've kept this for 3 years because we've been thinking we're going to redo it, and now is the time because we have all this extra bit of wood here, so that's what we're going to do.
Yay!
Hooray! Very exciting. So that's sanded now. We've got the holes done and it's all one piece, so it's already beaten the other one. Now the only thing we have to do is put the fiddle on. We're just gonna reuse the one that's already on there, put it on the old one, put it on the new one, and then I'm gonna start varnishing. I'm using the wood sealer, which is what I've done with all the wood and teak that I've used around the boat. I do 2 layers of this and then I start my varnish. As I'm varnishing, Tucker, the yard manager, comes to grab us to help him with lines as he moves one of his boats to another slip in the marina. The old swapperoo, and now Tucker can get on and off his boat. So this morning, we've come back in and now I am varnishing because this is dry. The wood seal is dry, so now I'm putting the first coat of varnish on. And I think we'll have this done by today. We're going to glue this on once this is dry onto the edge. And then we've got our full shelf for under the sink, which we've never had. So this is very exciting.
Yeah, the cleaning products don't need to live in the bathroom anymore, do they?
That's right. So I'm going to buy like some baskets or something and then put everything in there. Cool. And I'm looking forward to it.
So what kind of varnish are you using for the...
I'm using the TOTALBOAT satin one. So it's not a glossy finish, it's kind of like more of a, I don't know, satiny.
Satiny finish? Wow, look at that grain in that wood. That is beautiful.
It does look good.
Alright guys, so Nat's finished varnishing. Now you can see our cockpit is full of all of our, what would you call it? Spearfishing, surfing
all
stuff.
The gear.
Just everything. We've got, so if you guys remember when we first got the boat, it had all of these kids dive sets on here. We've been keeping those because, you know, one day we'll find somebody who really needs them that we can gift them to. We're going to throw some bilge paint here in our toy locker, so to speak. Yeah, just give it a nice lick of paint, keep it all protected, and it also gives us a good chance really to, it's our garage, to clear out our garage so you can see all that stuff. Alright, well, we're going to get the life raft out, and I think we'll clean it first. We'll get straight onto the bilge paint. So while we've got the chance, I'm going to check our flares just to make sure everything is in date. Always a good practice. So this is our flare kit. We've got 2 orange smoke signals, and then we got the 4 red signal flares, and then of course we've got the pistola style. So just expired this month.
Uh-oh.
So we will have to replace these. July 2022 it says. So we will replace these cartridges. So
this has just been finished with the TOTALBOAT epoxy white paint. Look at that. So that's just had 1 coat. And then James is fixing up the tiller. So you're gonna paint it now?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to get rid of all of the surface rust you see, but the problem is I just don't have the tools.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've worked a ton off of this, and it's good. So we're just gonna paint it with some, it's like a primer that neutralizes rust. So we'll spray that on. And so Nat's got a gray primer.
Yeah, which we've had on the boat since the beginning.
Yeah, I think it was bought long before us.
But this will help prevent any rust from forming, which is what had happened before. So let's get doing it. Uh-oh.
Huh. You and aerosols, man. So what happened to the primer?
What a shocker. As soon as we went to press it, I did like a little tiny bit and then it was all over.
All right, I'll grab another one.
Okay.
So can number 2.
This is motor paint.
Same thing, no, primer and paint in one.
Is it?
Yeah.
It says paint.
Yeah.
Not primer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Oh yeah.
So now our emergency tiller will be good to go back in the locker once it's dry, and it won't rust anymore. Hopefully we never need it. Do it properly.
Next, I'm gonna glue with wood glue the fiddle on the shelf.
She's being cheeky, you know that. But that is what she's doing. So here's our underneath of the sink. What 2 things do we have to disconnect, Nat? Because we have this hole here and we have this hole here.
The sink and the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so the paint has dried and now we can throw everything back in.
Oh yeah.
We are just going over to Tuckaroo's boat, who is one of the guys that works here that's just lovely, isn't he? So we're gonna go over and we're armed with all the stuff to clean his boat and help him out. So here we go. I could have brought more as well, but I didn't want to go over. The following day we get started on one of the bigger projects left to do before we anti-foul, polishing and waxing the entire hull. We also find this little unwanted gem, and I get busy cleaning her up so that we can swap out our round barbecue for this one. Time to clean this barbecue up. The end of a long day here on Zephyr, but all worth it for that shine. The following day we are at Kentmorr Marina bright and early to get the transom polished and then get started with waxing. And there you have it, boat polished and waxed in 2 days and ready for next week's project.
Got my mixers, and I'm gonna go.
Join us next week as we prep the boat to apply a new base coat and anti-fouling.